On the same day, Monday, at the Pentagon mail facility, and they tested positive for ricin.
Get ready for the racket. The government will test out a new presidential alert system today.
That will cause phones to ring, very similar to if you have ever received a flash flood or an Amber Alert that also came through the same system. They buzz very loudly.
FEMA's Wade Whitmer says 225 million cell phones will go off at 2:18 p.m. Eastern. When was the last time you stopped for a slice of pizza or a burger? A new study confirms we're a fast food society. Live to CBS's Vicki Barker.
In its first ever such analysis of adult eating habits, the CDC has found 1 in 3 of us eat fast food on any given day. That's about 85 million Americans, all tucking into fatty, salty, sugary, artery-clogging, diabetes-inducing processed foods. Women tuck in as often as men. Higher-income families eat fast food more often than lower-income families. And African Americans are the biggest consumers. Deborah?
The woman who inspired this song has died. Peggy Sue Garin Rackham met Buddy Holly in high school in Lubbock, Texas. She was 78 years old. S&P futures are up 6. This is CBS News.
You have enough things to worry about every day. Insurance shouldn't be one of them. You can leave worry behind when Liberty stands with you. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Liberty Mutual Insurance knows you're focusing on the road right now, so we'll just describe our new billboards to you. They're horizontal rectangles with a yellow background. The headline reads, Liberty Mutual customizes your auto insurance so you only pay for what you need. And while that might sound like a lot of words for a billboard, they all fit perfectly. Overall, it's a pretty great advertisement.
Go to libertymutual.com for a customized quote and you could save.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Coverage is underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Equal housing insurer.
Hi, it's Patty LaBelle with a tip on making breakfast even better with Eggland's Best. Now, you know not all eggs are created equal, right? If you only want the best tasting, freshest, and the most nutritious eggs for yourself and your family, replace those ordinary eggs with Eggland's Best. Eggland's Best eggs have 25% less saturated fat, 6 times more vitamin D, 10 times more vitamin E, and so much more. That's why I only use Eggland's Best in my house.
A proposal to create more space for airline passengers may be an illusion.
The good news is some of the airlines want to give you more legroom in coach. The bad news, they want to reduce the seat size to achieve it. Currently, the average for mainline economy seat spacing is 31 inches. But several airlines have adopted 28 inches, really tight if you're 6 foot or taller. Congress is considering setting a minimum distance for safety's sake, but there's nothing currently on the books to regulate seat size. Smaller seat, bigger measured distance between seats, but in reality, it's just as tight as before. Jim Chenevey, CBS News.
The LAPD says it's arrested 4 people in connection with a series of burglaries at celebrities' homes in Hollywood. Among the victims, Rihanna, Christina Milian, and Rams wide receiver Robert Woods. They say they found a list with other targets, including LeBron James, Viola Davis, and Matt Damon. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
To experience relief from muscle cramps and soreness, use TheraWorks Relief. This fast-acting foam is proven to prevent and relieve foot and leg cramps. Get TheraWorks Relief today in the pain relief aisle at Walmart, CVS, Rite Aid, and Walgreens pharmacies, or TheraWorksRelief.com. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. ZipRecruiter posts your job to over 100 job boards with just one click, and then their smart matching technology finds the right candidates. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/CBS News.
Do you owe the IRS more than $10,000 in personal or business taxes and you can't afford to pay? You have the right to tax representation. Has the IRS threatened to shut down your business, freeze your bank accounts, take your home, your cars, or garnish your wages? You may qualify for special programs to stop this process. Get tax representation. Call the Tax Help Hotline at 800-556-7089. That's 800-556-7089. Within 24 hours, the threats will stop. Just call 800-556-7089.
You may already know about the EPB's Roundup program, where you can round your electric bill up to the nearest dollar, and that money goes to community relief to help those who are less fortunate pay their electric bill. You can now increase the charitable amount you add to your EPB bill to any amount you choose, $1, $2, $5, $10, or even more. Say your electric bill is $94.14 and you want to round it up by $5. Your bill would actually be $100. To make your change to your EPB bill, contact the Glasgow EPB.
Have you considered what your retirement looks like? Here are some things about retirement that may surprise you. 64% of retirees say they are confident about having enough money to live comfortably throughout their retirement years. Yet according to the Economic Policy Institute, nearly half of families have no retirement account savings at all. In 2017, more than 67% of retirees depended on Social Security as a major source of their income. The average monthly Social Security benefit at the beginning of 2018 was $1,404. Due to health care costs associated with living longer, 26% of workers now intend to keep working until age 70 and beyond, and 10% don't intend to retire at all. The 65 and older group is expected to become larger and have more influence in the future. Have you made arrangements for health care? Are you comfortable with your investment decisions? If you are unsure about your decisions, give the Fouch Wealth Advisory Group, Sam Dickinson, or Brian Basinger a call at 270-651-2663. Investment counseling since 1854. Securities offered by JJB Hillier W. Alliance LLC, member NYSE, SIPC, and FINRA. Investing in securities involves risks.
You know you can depend on WCLU for local news on the air, online, on demand at WCLUradio.com.
Waking up at 7 minutes after 6 o'clock and 67 degrees on the thermometer this morning as we prepare to attack the third day of October, 10/3/18. What does Ray Stajic think about this trying to slip into fall?
Much less on the rain coverage as we go through today, but that chance of rain going up once again tomorrow. Let's take a look now at the rain totals here for the next 5 days. Not going to muster up too much. Most of the rain is north of us, and I'm talking like well north through Iowa and parts of northern Missouri into Illinois. Ourselves, half inch, maybe up to an inch of rain in some spots cumulatively, and that could be with an approaching front that's going to come on through. That front looks like it comes here and gets pretty close by Friday morning, and then kind of tries to bounce off us and head back toward the north. So the bottom line is, as long as we're south of that front, we stay warm, and we will stay warm, most likely middle 80s through the upcoming weekend. Few clouds, mild this morning, this afternoon. A hit-or-miss shower, thunderstorm, 85. Tonight, mainly clear, 68. Tomorrow afternoon, showers, thunderstorms scattered around, 86. I don't think widespread wet weather. Some may get none. And then as we get into Friday, we may have a round of showers and thunderstorms in the morning, and then mid-80s in the afternoon. How about the weekend? Well, not bad. Sunshine, and if this were early September or maybe late August, I'd say it's actually pretty nice. But if you're looking for cool weather, you came to the wrong place. Sunshine both days and highs staying warm in the middle 80s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic, the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Ray. 9 minutes after 6 o'clock, 67 degrees. Yesterday in the rain, we got 707 inch of rain, 0.07, 94% humidity. Southeast winds at 1 mile an hour. 3013 is the pressure. We're starting off with a quiet day on the constant coverage studio radar screen. That's not to say that it's going to pick up as we get through the afternoon, but right now things are quiet on the radar. We'll get started here today and see how the weather shapes up as we make it through. 67 degrees, live to the newsroom, round one of local news, and news director Wes Royce. Good morning, Wes.
Good morning, Dad. For WCLU Local News, I'm Wes Royce. Yesterday, the Kentucky State Police Post 3 Bowling Green received a call of a two-vehicle injury collision involving a passenger vehicle and a commercial vehicle. The collision had occurred northbound near the 67-mile marker of I-65 in Hart County. Post 3 troopers responded to the scene. The preliminary investigation indicated that Jennings Copley, age 42, of Lexington, was operating a 2018 Chevrolet Malibu while traveling northbound on I-65. Copley's vehicle exited the right shoulder of the roadway, striking a guardrail, and upon impact the vehicle re-entered the roadway, traveling into the path of Kevin Hockman, age 27, of Mainville, Ohio, who was operating a 2019 Peterbilt semi-truck owned by Pam Transport, traveling northbound. Copley's vehicle was struck by Hockman's in the passenger side. Both vehicles came to final rest on the right shoulder of the roadway. A passenger in Copley's vehicle, Hiram D. Ives, age 41, of Lexington, was pronounced deceased on the scene by the Hart County Coroner's Office. Ives was restrained at the time of the collision. Jennings Copley was transported via ambulance to Hardin Memorial Hospital and later the University of Louisville Hospital for treatment of serious injuries sustained in the collision, where he is currently listed in stable condition. Hockman refused medical treatment transport on the scene and did not report any injury. The investigation is ongoing and being conducted by Trooper Daniel Priddy. He was assisted on the scene by Post 3 troopers and CVE officers, Hart and Barron County EMS, Hart County Coroner, and both Bonneville and Munfordville Fire Departments. No further information is available for release at this time. On September 30th at approximately 11:24 in the morning, Trooper Ricky Cross and Deputy Josh Neal executed a search warrant at a residence 5 miles east of Edmonton on the Billy Sparks Road. While searching the residence, units located methamphetamine, marijuana, prescription pills, straws, baggies, and digital scales. 43-year-old Jeffrey Campbell of Edmonton was located inside the residence. Trooper Cross arrested Campbell, charging him with trafficking in a controlled substance first-degree first offense, possession of a controlled substance first-degree first offense methamphetamine, trafficking in marijuana less than 8 ounces first offense, possession of marijuana, possession of drug paraphernalia, possession of a controlled substance first-degree first offense drug unspecified, possession of a controlled substance second-degree drug unspecified, possession of a controlled substance third-degree drug unspecified, and prescription controlled substance not in proper container first offense. Campbell was lodged in the Barron County Detention Center. Trooper Cross was assisted by the Metcalfe County Sheriff's Department and the Cave City Police Department K-9 unit. Beware of an SCRTC scam. They've been notified that scammers are calling SCRTC customers requesting to set up an appointment time to perform maintenance of battery backups for ONT devices that are normally inside the residence. Also, they've been notified that scammers are leaving SCRTC door tags at homes requesting customers to schedule time for maintenance. SCRTC says they do not perform scheduled maintenance on these backup devices. Plus, the fact that these battery backup devices are only used for fiber customers, copper customers would not have these backup devices. All SCRTC employees will be wearing a shirt with our logo as well as a cap with their logo. The truck or van that they drive will also have our logo on the side plus a vehicle number. The contractors are also required to have a sign with their logo on the vehicles. If someone comes to your door and you are in doubt, you can call the office at 270-678-2111. And in Area 911 activity, a wreck with injury, the Glasgow Police Department, Fire Department, and Barron Metcalfe EMS and Emergency Services responded to that wreck at 810 Happy Valley Road around 10:23 in the morning yesterday. For WCLU Local News, I'm Wes Royce. More local news when we continue here on WCLU.
Hi, I'm Sherry Phillips Jones, and I would love to represent you as your next Barron County Clerk. For the past 26 years, I have served in Barron County government, allowing me to have first-hand knowledge of county finances and policies. It has also afforded me the opportunity to work beside local, state, and federal leaders, regardless of party affiliation. On November the 6th, vote for experience that counts for Barron County.
The university scientists have long hypothesized, where does the magic man get his magic? The phenomenon that is the magic man is considered one of the great wonders of science. Truth be told, there is no science greater than magic. And that's why the mystery remains.
Hi, I'm Eddie Bruner, and yes, technically I am the magic man, but there's no magic to it. It's honesty, knowledge, and paying the best prices I can pay.
Barron County.
In more local news at this hour, Mammoth Cave National Park will conduct a night sky program at the Visitor Center Sunday, October the 7th from 7:30 to 9 p.m. The program will allow participants to take a tour of the fall night sky and view the planets and stars in detail through telescopes provided by the park. It is recommended that participants bring a flashlight with a red filter, jacket or sweater is needed, and wear sturdy shoes. In the event of rain or overcast skies, a night sky slideshow will be presented at the outdoor amphitheater at 7:30 p.m. For more information on the event, contact the Mammoth Cave National Park at 270-758-2180. On Monday, around 12:15 in the afternoon, Trooper Billy Begley with the Kentucky State Police was on Campbellsville Road attempting to locate a stolen gray 26 Ford Escape. Trooper Begley observed that the suspect vehicle traveling southbound on Kentucky 55. When Trooper Begley initiated his emergency equipment in an attempt to initiate a traffic stop, the driver fled and ran through a red light at the bypass intersection of North Kentucky 55. The driver exited the vehicle as she began to enter congested traffic while approaching the town square. Trooper Begley and other KSP personnel were able to apprehend the female. The driver of the vehicle, 36-year-old Terry Garner of Russell Springs, was arrested and charged with DUI, third offense, aggravating circumstances, fleeing or evading police first degree in motor vehicle, failure to wear seatbelts, reckless driving, resisting arrest, and disregarding a traffic control device. Trooper Zach Scott also charged Garner with theft by unlawful taking or disposition $500 or more, but less than $10,000. She was lodged in the Adair Regional Jail. For WCLU Local News, I am Wes Royce. Right now it is 6:16 and 67 degrees, and coming up next hour we've got Coffee with a Cop Day. That's right, today is National Coffee with a Cop Day, and we are planning on having several of our law enforcement officials into the studio. The Fine Arts Bistro, that's right, the Fine Arts Bistro has brought some coffee for us. It's going to be delicious, and what we're going to do is allow these fine men and women to come in and talk about some strengthening issues as far as it goes with our community strengthening, and things that they see on a regular basis that maybe we should be on the lookout for as far as making our community a better place. For Good Morning Live, it's Wes Royce. Coming up next, news from around the state, KNN News.
Doesn't belong to the drug dealers and violent criminals. It belongs to us law-abiding citizens. Hi, I'm Mike Richardson, working in Barron County as an assistant county attorney and as a resident with a family to protect myself. I agree with the outcries from our citizens. Repeat drug offenders and perpetrators of violent crimes need to be held accountable. I have the proven record of pursuing the tougher sentences these habitual and violent criminals deserve.
On November 6th, join me fight for Barron County's future. Vote for Mike Richardson for Barron County Attorney. Ready on day one.
Paid for by Mike Richardson for Barron County Attorney.
Find the next great piece for your home at Barron River Consignment, where the inventory is designed to provide something for everyone. Affordable household items from mid-century to home decor, including furniture, artwork, dinnerware, glassware, and more. Each piece is cleaned and polished to ensure the highest quality to become the perfect fit for your home. Barron River Consignment also offers estate and tag sale services. Shop for style without breaking the bank. Barron River Consignment, located on L. Rogers Wells Boulevard in Glasgow.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Jaleesa Chapman. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is doubling down on a pledge to vote on the Supreme Court nomination of Brett Kavanaugh this week.
Democrats may be trying to move the goalposts every 5 minutes, but their goal has not moved an inch.
Opening the Senate Tuesday, McConnell again accused Democrats of continuing a strategy of obstruction and, quote, delay, delay, delay. Kavanaugh's confirmation is on hold as the FBI conducts a follow-up background investigation into allegations of sexual assault. The Kentucky Board of Education has voted to make Wayne Lewis the state's education commissioner. Lewis has been in the job of an interim basis since April, when a newly appointed board forced out former commissioner Stephen Pruitt. Lewis said he was, quote, incredibly humbled by the appointment. 2 men are accused of stealing grave markers from a Jefferson County cemetery.
Police say Stephen Bochting and David Williams were caught as they were stealing brass urns and markers at Evergreen Cemetery on Preston Highway. The men were followed to a local scrapyard where they were arrested. Tom Brooks is owner of the scrapyard and tells WLKY he wouldn't have taken the items.
Anybody who's been to a scrapyard or works at a scrapyard or scraps knows that is just pretty silly thing to do.
Officers say they found a total of 17 urns and markers, each valued at around $300. The men face charges that include violating graves and theft by unlawful taking. I'm Suzanne Duval.
An independent counsel will examine allegations against Secretary of State Allison Lundergan Grimes. Attorney General Andy Beshear has appointed Garrett County Attorney Mark Metcalf to investigate accusations that Grimes misused voter data to influence hiring decisions on state employees. She is denying the allegations but will cooperate with the investigation. I'm Jaleesa Chapman.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy. But that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Who will be the future face of Pettigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance. Growing with a proud community since 1902.
South Central Kentucky Monuments in Glasgow wants you to know that if you've recently lost a loved one or if you're thinking about a pre-need monument, they're here to make the process as stress-free as possible. With plenty of examples and a multitude of custom options, South Central Kentucky Monuments has the ability to offer you exactly what you want or help steer you in the right direction based on your preferences. Let my friends David, Jerry, and Adam Jesse provide the service and craftsmanship you deserve. To learn more, visit southcentralkymonuments.com.
Local news time from WCLU is 6:21, and we have 67 degrees here at studios of WCLU. In area funeral announcements this hour, Suette Kidwell Boyles, age 69, of Tompkinsville, died Saturday at the University of Kentucky Medical Center in Lexington. Suette, a longtime member of the Grandview Church of Christ in Tompkinsville, was a 1966 graduate of Tompkinsville High School and retired from Travis Oil and Ready Mix and Travis Tire in Tompkinsville after 21 years of service. Suette served on the Tompkinsville Housing Authority Board of Directors and was the 1966 Class Reunion Planning Committee. She is survived by her husband, Robert Boyles, 3 sons, George Earl Boyles and wife Elizabeth of North Carolina, Bobby Dale Boyles and wife Jennifer of Tompkinsville, and Billy Joe Boyles and wife Lindsay of Summershade. 5 grandchildren, Robert, Nolan, Nathan, Mackenzie, and Nicholas Boyles. 1 brother, George Frank Kidwell Jr. and wife Betty Jean of Campbellsville. Services for Suette Kidwell Boyles will be Friday at 2 at the Strode Funeral Home in Tompkinsville. Burial will follow in the Oak Hill Cemetery. Visitation begins Thursday at 8 o'clock and will continue Friday until service time. Families requested donations be made to the UK Transplant Center. James Leon Prater, age 67, of Glasgow, died Monday. Mr. Prater was a restaurant manager and a U.S. Army veteran serving during the Vietnam War. Survivors include his wife, Beverly Collier Prater, a son, Corey Poore of Glasgow, 2 granddaughters, Cheyenne and Cassie Poore, 5 brothers, Kim, David, Doug, Scott, and Mike Prater, all of Virginia, mother-in-law, Shirley Collier of Glasgow, 3 sisters-in-law, Bunny Harlow of Glasgow, Marcia Akins and Pat Waller, both of Missouri, 2 brothers-in-law, Jim Collier and Dwayne Collier, both of Glasgow. Also surviving, his adopted daughter, Laura Lee Hayes, and her sons, Raven and Case Hayes, and her granddaughter, Aslan of Martinsville, Illinois. Services for James Leon Prater will be Thursday at 1 o'clock at the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Burials to be in the Glasgow Municipal Cemetery. Visitation will begin today at 3 p.m. Jerry Douglas Bagby, age 68, of Bowling Green, died Monday at Hospice of Southern Kentucky. He was the son of the late Ted and Martha Erlene Bagby of Red Cross. Jerry was a veteran of the U.S. Army and served in Korea. He retired from the U.S. Postal Service after serving 33 years and was an avid bass tournament fisherman. Jerry was known and loved for his wonderful sense of humor, keeping his word and helping anyone in need. Jerry is survived by his wife Mona, daughters Wendy Brown and Amy Garrison of Bowling Green, stepdaughters Michelle Reese and husband Randy of Bowling Green, and Sherry Hulsey and husband Robert of Elizabethtown, sisters Vicki Jones of Bowling Green and Louise Cash Stafford of Glasgow, half-brothers Jim and John Bagby of Kokomo, Indiana. Several grandchildren also survive. Services for Jerry Douglas Bagby will be held at Friday at 2 o'clock at the Johnson Vaughn Phelps Funeral Home, with burial to follow in the Brock A. Berry Veterans Cemetery, located inside the Fairview Cemetery. Visitation will be from 10 a.m. until service time on Friday. Expressions of sympathy can take the form of contributions to Hospice of Southern Kentucky. A celebration of life service for Marcia Bull Rigney, age 86, of Glasgow, will be held at the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home on Thursday evening at 6 p.m., with a gathering time before from 4 until 6. Contributions to the Glasgow BMPW Scholarship Fund are most appreciated. Services for Martha Frances Quigley, age 94, of Glasgow, will be at 11 o'clock Friday morning at the First United Methodist Church of Glasgow. Burial to be in the Glasgow Municipal Cemetery. Visitation at A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home Thursday from 4 until 7, and will continue Friday at the church from 9 a.m. until 11 a.m. Alternate expressions of sympathy can be made in the form of contributions to the First United Methodist Church. Service for Joyce L. Skaggs, age 86, of Cleveland, will be held at 11 o'clock Thursday at the Poplar Springs United Baptist Church. Interment to be in the Midway Church Cemetery. Visitation begins at noon today at the Patton Funeral Home's Brownsville Chapel and continues from 9 until 11 Thursday at the church. Funeral services for Kenneth Ray Church, age 73, of Austin, will be at 2 o'clock today at the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Burial to follow in the Glasgow Municipal Cemetery. Services for James Mitchell Booker, age 76, of the Poplar Springs community, will be held at 2 o'clock today at the Poplar Springs United Baptist Church, with interment to follow in the Poplar Springs Church Cemetery. Memorial contributions can be made to the Poplar Springs Cemetery Fund. The Patton Funeral Home is in charge of the arrangements. Service for Shirley Ann Gravens Wooten, age 70, of Glasgow, will be at 11 o'clock today at the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Burial is to be in the Summershade Cemetery. Obituary information is available 24 hours a day free online at WCLUradio.com. No login is necessary.
Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather round your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
Cruise back in time on Saturday, October 13th during the 18th Annual Glasgow Main Street Cruise in a Fall Car Show. The show is free to show cars and the public with a free dash plaque to the first 300 registered vehicles. We average over 350 show cars every year. The show is open to all years, makes and models of hot rods, classics, muscle cars, trucks, motorcycles, antique tractors, and more. Registration is from 9 till noon. Join us for a day of music, food, fun, and door prizes on the Glasgow Public Square during Glasgow Main Street's Cruise in a Fall Car Show.
News time for WCLU is 6:29. We have 67 degrees. Let's turn to local sports. Play was suspended yesterday in the girls' state tournament, the Leachman Buick GMC Cadillac KHSAA girls' state tournament being played at the Bowling Green Country Club. The play was suspended because of darkness, but competition will resume today at the Bowling Green Country Club. Glasgow's Abby Lee and Monroe County's Connor Geralds will continue their play, and we'll have updates for you as the tournament continues today. The Bowling Green, the Colton Steakhouse and Grill is hosting the Hilltoppers tonight for dinner during the Mike Sanford Coaches Radio Show. It's at 7 o'clock tonight. Coach Sanford and players will come out to the Coltons in Glasgow, talk about the current football season. It should be a good time. You won't want to miss out on this fun night at Colton's at 206 North L. Rogers Wells Boulevard. Always have a great crowd for that. Get there early and enjoy dinner at Colton's. It all begins at 7 p.m. tonight. That's a check of local sports.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total Local Care, 24/7. TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Weather from the WCLU Weather Center. Brought to you by McDonald's.
What's your morning matchup? With McDonald's $3 breakfast deals, you can save big on your favorite breakfast sandwiches. Try a buttermilk crispy chicken biscuit or bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddles. Choose any size hot coffee or any size sweet tea or soft drink, both just $3 for a limited time only. It's a toasty, sweet, savory way to make your morning routine a little better at McDonald's. A la carte only. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
Few clouds, mild this morning, this afternoon. A hit or miss shower, thunderstorm, 85. Tonight, mainly clear, 68. Tomorrow afternoon, showers, thunderstorms scattered around, 86. I don't think widespread wet weather. Some may get none. And then as we get into Friday, we may have a round of showers and thunderstorms in the morning and then mid-80s in the afternoon. How about the weekend? Well, not bad. Sunshine both days and highs staying warm in the middle 80s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic, the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Ray. We got 0.07 of an inch of rain yesterday in the bucket. Don't see much happening on the radar screen this morning, which is pretty typical for this time of day, this time of the year. But we could crank up with some showers. The hit-and-miss showers from yesterday did add up to significant rainfall in several areas. Again, we got 0.07 right here, 67 right now at WCLU. Weather brought to you by the folks fixing breakfast for you at McDonald's.
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our motto, working for you. As that idea continues to grow, let us work for you at our new location, 1300 West Main Street, opening this summer. Let us be the place where your ideas begin, where you get the banking you deserve. Come grow with us. The People's Bank, working for you.
Remember, FDIC.
Coming up, it's the big celebration at Ralphie's Fun Center for fall break. We've had 2 days of it already, today being Wednesday. Today, come on out to Ralphie's, enjoy all the fun, and then enjoy a large one-topping pizza and a pitcher of soft drink for $10. That's right, the whole pizza and all the soft drink there for $10. That is at Ralphie's Fun Center, so come on out and enjoy that. And also, we've got October as National Skate Month, where $5 skating is going to be going on every day, too. So let's make this a very special fall break. And let's see, I might as well go ahead and give you a little bit of a sneak peek tomorrow. After you've had the pizza today and the soft drink, come on out tomorrow, and you can add a multi-activity wristband for half price. They are destined to make fall break very special at Ralphie's Fun Center, and they're good at that, you know. All right, I see what we have so far birthday-wise here today. We've got Justin Wood. Justin, we owe you the gong. It's the 40 gong. Can you believe it? Number 40 today for Justin Wood. How about Miss Ruby Nunley? Miss Ruby is having a birthday today. Mr. Anthony Walden. Anthony is 46 today. And we also have Russell and Amy Hawks' third wedding anniversary today. What about that? 651-9149, 800-956-1023. Online, a simple click here at WCLUradio.com. Now, we also might as well go ahead and tell you about the fact that we are patting on the back today by special request Valerie Rogers. Now, let me tell you about Valerie Rogers. She was nominated to be Good as Gold, and she actually was nominated to be yesterday. It was her birthday yesterday, but we couldn't work that out, so we worked it out today. And here's what the nomination form says about Valerie Rogers. She is an amazing sister, mother, wife, aunt, grandma, and her name is Valerie Rogers. She has a kind heart and unconditionally gives her all to her family, her work, and deserves to be recognized for the amazing woman she is. My sister, Valerie Rogers. Signed, Nancy Rogers. What about that? Nancy Rogers, nice words about your sister. So if you see Valerie Rogers around town today, pat her on the back and tell her she's good as gold. From WCLU and a little taste of Texas. All right. Ralphie's Fun Center, appreciate you helping them enjoy fall break, and we'll keep reviewing the birthdays. Let us know. In fact, I just got handed the birthday of Ann Hodges. Want to be sure we get Ann Hodges on the birthday list today from that honorary group of special folks. Coming back, Archives will jog your memory.
Can you name the last 5 winners of the Nobel Prize? Or the last 5 winners of the Pulitzer Prize? Can you name the 5 richest people in the world? No? Well, these are special people, big achievers. But achievements such as these are quickly forgotten. Maybe you can name 5 teachers who helped you in school and made an impact on you. Name 5 friends who helped you through difficult situations, or 5 people who just make you feel special. The people who make a difference in your life are the ones that care about you. Make a difference in someone else's life. The Bible says in 1 John 3:18, "Little children, let us not love in word or in tongue, but in deed and in truth." Make a difference. Show someone you care. This has been Bart Warren for the South Green Street Church of Christ.
Don't judge a book by its cover, and don't judge a building by its color. Barren River Consignment knows yellow and green may be an unusual exterior color for their building, but they don't mind, because what's inside is so unusual too. Barren River Consignment searches the entire area to find unique consigners and the best quality merchandise for our customers. Buying from estate sales, we have been able to fill the building with a wide selection of furniture, artwork, glassware, and a surprising number of one-of-a-kind pieces. Barren River Consignment cleans and polishes each piece so that it's ready for your home today. Come see the style. Come see the selection. And proudly say you got it from the green and yellow building behind Pizza Hut in the Glasgow Southgate Plaza. It's Barren River Consignment, and it's going to become your favorite place to shop for home furnishings.
Barren River Consignment is booking tag sales and consignment sales daily. Call 270-629-6666 and get started.
All right, I'm going to get the music over here and fire up. Well, actually, let's see here. Let me back up a little bit, because I want to be sure before we get into the archives and tell you about a nice gal having a birthday today. It's Linda Riddle. That's right. Linda Riddle is having a birthday today. Congratulations, Linda. Okay, now let's go down memory lane. It's fascinating to hear the way we got here, and we're looking forward to sharing that today. Sam Terry is going to join us to talk about the archives and the South Central Kentucky Cultural Center, where so many wonderful things happen. The archivists like Ray Green and Gail Berry and others certainly harbor the history down there. And there's a big deal coming up actually it was a week from yesterday. It's Tuesday, October the 9th. They're going to have a volunteer planning meeting for the year 2019. And you can come down there from 2 until 4 this coming Tuesday, October the 9th. For the volunteer planning meeting. Share your ideas. Help us make 2019 a successful year. Sam Terry joins us. Hey, Sam, how you doing today?
Doing great, Henry. How are you?
I'm real good. Thank you, sir. And I think the folks ought to, with the kind of success and the kind of positive PR that the Cultural Center has gotten over the last several months, folks ought to feel good about getting involved. Maybe you wish they would have done something in a certain time of the year down there. Well, come to the planning meeting and let that thought be known next Tuesday. All right, 100 years ago it was, 1918, Sam. Here's the story. Here's a guy with a nickname. I love the nicknames. Mr. Jim Bybee, the Sawmill Man. No mistake on who that Jim Bybee is it?
Exactly.
He happened to be in a very bad accident yesterday when he went to a stall to bridle his horse. The horse turned suddenly and threw Mr. Bybee against the stable and broke his jawbone. Ouch. He was taken to Louisville to see a specialist. Don't you know that was a heck of a horse ride?
I bet it was.
To go to Louisville 100 years ago on a horse with a broken jaw to see a specialist, that was longer than what we think. This is
painful.
Yeah, very painful indeed, and I hope the specialist helped him out a lot. I hope the specialist at least had a little bit of some sort of anesthesia just to ease his pain for the moment. 1928, this is an interesting word here. I'm sure you've, being the esteemed intellectual fellow that you are, you've heard of this word, but this word caught me off guard. It says here that this is 1928, that old and young, Sam, will enjoy the 8 playlets featured on Advertiser's program tonight at the high school auditorium. So you must presume that these aren't real long plays. They are short plays or for a more proper word, they were playlets. Not platelets.
Like
playlets. That's right. So anyway, I guess that is pretty descriptive, though, isn't it? You're not expecting a big, long 4-part production, just a playlet. 1938. Some more nicknames here. This day in 1938, Joe Morris, the famous auto man and Thrill King, and his Devil Dodgers will present their thrill show Sunday, October the 9th at Cavalry Field under the auspices of the headquarters troop and the band of the 123rd Cavalry. Now, let's put this in perspective first, Sam. The famous auto man and Thrill King is coming to the Cavalry Field, but the headquarters troop and band are going to be participating in this thrill show, too. It says here, these wild-eyed demons of the thrill-giving business can do practically anything that you drivers would like to see done in an automobile. Well, listen, John Q. Public. Joe Morris and his boys will have 1,000 chills running up and down your spine before the afternoon is over. I can guarantee that plenty of you folks will have shaking knees before you get out of Cavalry Field. Be sure to get there early Sunday so that you can take advantage of the free parking facilities and the free grandstand seats. Sounds like a big production there, Sam.
Sounds like quite an afternoon of entertainment.
Yeah. Joe Morris, the famous auto man and Thrill King, working with the military there to put on a spine-chilling thrilled Sunday down there. And the writer here says, guaranteeing you thrills all up and down your knees. I hope it was a say. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Today we would recognize that area as the area of the current National Guard Army.
Right.
As being Cavalry Field.
That's right off of Cavalry Drive. And there's a big place down there. There was an airfield down there at one time too, wasn't there?
Yes.
So it's a neat part of our community. All right. You got to love this story when you think about this in 1948, Sam. The headline reads, "Will Turn a Century." This is 1948, and friends throughout this section are looking forward to Sunday when Uncle Shady Anderson will celebrate his 100th birthday at the home of his daughter. You get that? This fellow was born in 1848, was born before the Civil War, and was having his 100th birthday at the home of his daughter, Mrs. John Ed Smith, and Mr. Smith at Willow Shade. A bountiful dinner is in prospect for this memorable occasion, and we extend our hearty congratulations to this distinguished citizen. Have you seen anything written much about this at all?
I have not.
But, to think about, to pick the brain of a 100-year-old gentleman who was born before the Civil War would be, a reporter's dream come true. But I'm sure they just had a good time. And, of course, as we all do when we got celebrating to do, we have a meal.
Sounds like a fine time.
Yeah,
and celebration.
Yeah, that's right. And probably, he was healthy because he probably had some good cooks in that family. Speaking of family, 1958, this was the day that Paul Biggers Jr. accepted a position as a manager of Gray and Crenshaw Building Supplies and Interior Decorators, and he will assume his duties on Monday, October the 6th. Mr. and Mrs. Biggers and the children are moving from Owensboro Friday, and they have rented the Ely residence at 204 South Liberty Street. He had grown up here, went to school here, went away for a little while, and came back home to get into the building supply and interior decorators business in 1958 there, Sam. 1968. Ashland Oil is in the Republican newspaper in 1968, opening a new Ashland service station at the corner of West Main Street and the bypass around October the 15th. Of course, that is now right there on the corner where Edmonton State Bank is located, and that Ashland service station served our community well for a great number of years right there at what is continuing to be a busy intersection at West Main Street and the bypass. Stop in there and fill it up. Another corner back on the bypass at a different time in our history was 1978. An advertisement in the Glasgow Daily Times saying now accepting applications for Hex in Glasgow. They were built. Actually, I think they're the ones who built the building out there, and said, we need workers out here at Hex, located at the corner of the bypass and Cleveland Avenue. And of course, that is well known as the South Central Bank Ops Center at the bypass in Cleveland. But back in the day, in 1978, it was Hex, kind of a buildings, an early building supply box store. Is that a fair way to describe it, Sam?
I would agree with that. Yes.
Right there, and even back then, it was a busy intersection. In fact, I think when I first got a driver's license, there wasn't a red light there; it was just a stop sign. And some of the traffic caused by things like Hex coming out there, they had to do something, and they put up some traffic lights there to make it a little bit safer, if that was possible. 1998. Wait a minute, where did my 88 go? 68, 78, 88. Here it is. I knew it was in the neighborhood. How about another new bank? It was this day in 1988 that New Farmers Bank was building a new Cave City bank at the corner of First and Broadway in Cave City. Some more expansion there in 1988. Farmers Bank with a Cave City location. 1998, Hart County is growing. Hart County, this day in 1998, in the Glasgow Times story, says they're going to build an industrial spec building, and the county will guarantee a loan of $600,000 to house a factory. Not sure which spec building that was, but either way, $600,000, a small investment to get a good, solid industry in Hart County, and I know that was money well spent to make that happen. That was 1998. 20 years ago, no matter what you say. And finally, this day in 2008, we just had a very successful Cave City Good Old Days. We actually called it Cave City Proud Days now. And 10 years ago in 2008, listen to these country music stars that were there. Sammy Kershaw and Brian White were performing on Friday 10 years ago to kick off Cave City Good Old Days. Those are some big names, Sam.
They were, and the Good Old Days is a very long-standing activity in Cave City. A few years ago, I ran into information that it actually can be traced back to the early 1960s.
Wow.
So it's got a long history there, and now, of course, it's got a little bit of a different name, but some of the same idea.
And certainly a lot of folks put a lot of effort into making it fun to be a part of, which is how it continues. And we're proud to talk about that in the archives there, Sam, because we, some of the success of continuing events is to make folks continue to feel good about us having them, which we do. All right, that's all I have. You got anything else?
Nothing else today.
All right, well, I want to give you the opportunity. I don't want to restrict what you have to say here, You can just go off if you want to, from a historical perspective, okay?
All right.
We'll try that again tomorrow, all right? Thank you, Sam.
You bet.
Sam Terry helping us host the archives. Very intelligent young man with a lot of information about our past. And we'll do it again tomorrow, courtesy of Joseph A. Wade, Industrial Hardware Services.
15,000 inventory items, custom brake hoses while you wait, cylinder repair. Is there anything Joseph A. Wade can't do? Well, one thing's for sure, Joseph A. Wade Incorporated serves a large community of people who believe there's no job they can't do, and that's the same attitude Joseph A. Wade has in their line of work. So for the smallest screws, Allen wrenches, or drill bits, or even a 5-stage hydraulic cylinder measuring 25 feet in length, Joseph A. Wade's motto? No problem. Joseph A. Wade Incorporated, 311 Industrial Drive, Glasgow.
Let's see. I told you about our Good as Gold honoree, Valerie Rogers Day. I want to make sure you know about that because we do appreciate the folks who submit the nominations and they get to tell us something nice about maybe it's a co-worker or maybe a family member, such as that. So anyway, so if you see Valerie around, you pat her on the back. and tell her she is as good as gold. Let me remind you about the River Lake Church Great Pumpkin Giveaway community event Saturday, 2 until 4 p.m. That's Saturday, October the 13th, 2 until 4 p.m. Giving away 1,000 free pumpkins. We're going to talk more about that, but we got some special guests coming by. We just stay right there because we have exciting Coffee with a Cop Day to talk about here shortly.
Hi, I'm Sherry Phillips-Jones, and I would love to represent you as your next Barron County Clerk. For the past 26 years, I have served in Barron County government, allowing me to have first-hand knowledge of county finances and policies. It has also afforded me the opportunity to work beside local, state, and federal leaders, regardless of party affiliation. On November the 6th, vote for experience that counts for Barron County.
The university scientists have long hypothesized, where does the magic man get his magic? The phenomenon that is the magic man is considered one of the great wonders of science. Truth be told, there is no science greater than magic. And that's why the mystery remains.
Hi, I'm Eddie Bruner, and yes, technically I am the magic man, but there's no magic to it. It's honesty, knowledge, and paying the best prices I can pay.
Barron County doesn't belong to the drug dealers and violent criminals. It belongs to us law-abiding citizens. Hi, I'm Mike Richardson, working in Barron County as an assistant county attorney and as a resident with a family to protect myself. I agree with the outcries from our citizens. Repeat drug offenders and perpetrators of violent crimes need to be held accountable. I have the proven record of pursuing the tougher sentences these habitual and violent criminals deserve. On November 6th, join me fight for Barron County's future. Vote for Mike Richardson for Barron County Attorney. Ready on day one.
And we are enjoying having
Richardson
coffee
with
cops today. To take it from here, we're going live to the WCLU newsroom. Wes Royce, and we love company around here, and
Yes, we do.
have it. Go ahead, sir.
We do. Today I have, Officer Corporal Jabin McGuire with me today. Jabin, if you'll pull that microphone up close to you there. And so before we get started, Jabin, today is National Coffee with the Cop Day, and the Fine Arts Bistro folks have provided us with some delicious treats over here. We've got some muffins and we got some coffee, and that's just to show the appreciation that we have for you guys. And so what I wanted to do today, Jabin, is talk with you a little about National Coffee with the Cop Day. Here's the deal, folks. We're providing coffee. And then we're allowing the police officers a platform to say something that they feel like could help strengthen our community. And Jabin, I know in seeing your name in the police reports that Sergeant Flatt sends to us, drugs is still a problem in our community, and it affects everybody. It's not just even if you don't do drugs, it still affects your family. And so talk to me about what it's like for you, and what sort of advice would you offer to families being affected by the drug epidemic?
Well, here's one thing that we see a lot as police officers on the street, and it seems like it's getting to a younger and younger age when people are stepping out and trying these drugs and being exposed to these drugs on the street, even at schools and stuff like that.
Right.
The best advice that I can give is for parents to step in at an earlier age. I know as parents, I'm a parent, nobody wants to have that talk, and they don't want to jump into it, and they don't want to talk to their kids too early, possibly because they're scared of exposing their children too early to it. But the truth of it is that they're going to be exposed to it in many aspects of their life. So the earlier you can have those talks with your kids, let them know the dangers of it, even bring them to the PD, let them talk to us. We can share some insight with them and kind of teach them the dangers of using drugs.
And that's great. That's great that you guys reach out, because, I mean, you can't just go out knocking on doors and say, hey, let me tell you why drugs are bad. You guys have another job that you have to do, but in your everyday life, you always have that opportunity with every encounter that you meet. And I find that to be true with everybody in the police department here in Glasgow. Appreciate what you guys do, Jabin. And is there anything else that you would add as far as, today is National Coffee with the Cop Day, and we are celebrating this. We're giving you a platform. Is there anything that you would like to add out there, just specific to our community or just to law enforcement in general?
Well, for me personally, this is a community that I've grown up in. I was born here, and this is the community that I love. I think that is true to many officers in this department.
Yeah.
So I'd like the community to know that we're out here, we're working for them. Any concerns that they have, anything that they'd like to bring to us,
right.
We're always here, and we've always got open ears, and we're always going to do our best to serve them.
I think that's important to remember, Jabin. You guys are to protect and serve, not to arrest and jail. I mean, you guys are here to serve your community, and you do a fabulous job. So always remember that the police are not here to hurt you. They're here to help you and help our community.
Right.
Corporal McGuire, thank you for coming in and celebrating Coffee with the Cop Day with us today.
No problem, sir. It's been a pleasure.
Yes, and of course we got some more gentlemen in the back there who are getting some Fine Arts Bistro coffee, as you can see.
It's good stuff too, Wes. It is.
And they got muffins back there. They got blueberry and some carrot cake muffins. They got all kinds of good. I'm telling you what, the Fine Arts Bistro, they're just fabulous folks.
They are. We got Sandy back there. He is on the scene back there.
That's right. That's right. I'm telling you, it's good stuff. I'm glad they're our neighbors, Dad.
Yeah, but these are, there's a lot. Yeah, they are. But we've got cops back there, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
But also, we'd love for you to come by and have coffee with a cop. We've got coffee in the back room from Fine Arts Bistro, so come on by here at 229 West Main Street. Appreciate Jabin coming in. And, those guys, you talk about waking up each day and not knowing what you're going to be getting into. We certainly salute them for doing that, and it's just good to have, police department that's well respected, which we have in our community.
It is very much. I think we'll come back after trivia and speak with some more folks, if that's all right.
Okay, that'll be fine. We'll keep it.
Right.
We'll keep it moving forward right here.
Sounds
Wes.
good.
All right.
Always a pleasure to have the one and only Bobby Lee Hurt in the studio today. Bobby Lee Hurt with Hurt Auto Sales on West Main Street in Glasgow, where it's just a laid-back, easy place to shop for a car. Today we're talking SUVs, the most practical vehicles on the road. Bobby Lee, tell us what's new.
Got an 09 Buick Enclave, all-wheel drive, third-row seat, loaded with extras, only $10,900. An 05 Jeep Cherokee Limited, leather, sunroof, navigation, chrome wheels, only $6,900. A 2010 Ford Edge SEL package, all the extras as well, only $8,900. 2011 Chevy Equinox with the LTZ package, only $9,900.
That's excellent, Bobby Lee. You're talking about all the electronics, all the amenities, quality manufacturing. Bobby Lee Hurt Auto Sales, that's where you can find all these vehicles and more. That's Hurt Auto Sales on West Main Street in Glasgow, where the motto is, Bobby.
No pain when you trade with Hurt.
Call 270-590-1181.
Weather from the WCLU Weather Center. Brought to you by South Central Bank.
Much less on the rain coverage as we go through today, but that chance of rain going up once again tomorrow. Let's take a look now at the rain totals here for the next 5 days. Not going to muster up too much. Most of the rain is north of us, and I'm talking like well north through Iowa and parts of northern Missouri into Illinois. Ourselves, half inch, maybe up to an inch of rain in some spots cumulatively, and that could be with an approaching front that's going to come on through. That front looks like it comes here and gets pretty close by Friday morning, and then kind of tries to bounce off us and head back toward the north. So the bottom line is, as long as we're south of that front, we stay warm, and we will stay warm, most likely middle 80s through the upcoming weekend. Few clouds, mild this morning, this afternoon. A hit-or-miss shower, thunderstorm, 85. Tonight, mainly clear, 68. Tomorrow afternoon, showers, thunderstorms scattered around, 86. I don't think widespread wet weather. Some may get none. And then as we get into Friday, we may have a round of showers and thunderstorms in the morning, and then mid-80s in the afternoon. How about the weekend? Well, not bad. Sunshine, and if this were early September or maybe late August, I'd say it's actually pretty nice. But if you're looking for cool weather, you came to the wrong place. Sunshine both days and highs staying warm in the middle 80s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stagik, the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
But if you want coffee with the cop, you came to the right place there, Ray, because we're here doing coffee with the cop, and come by the back room here at the radio station, the Fine Arts Bistro, celebrating Coffee with the Cop Day, and we look forward to sharing that with you. It is 67 degrees. We got 7 inch of rain yesterday. Nothing really firing up here on the radar screen as of yet. But we'll keep you posted here all throughout the day on WCLU.
Find the next great piece for your home at Barren River Consignment, where the inventory is designed to provide something for everyone. Affordable household items from mid-century to home decor, including furniture, artwork, dinnerware, glassware, and more. Each piece is cleaned and polished to ensure the highest quality to become the perfect fit for your home. Barren River Consignment also offers estate and tag sale services. Shop for style without breaking the bank. Barren River Consignment, located on L. Rogers Wells Boulevard in Glasgow.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Supply. We are going to come in here and talk about trivia. That's right. Time to play trivia to see how smart you are. And in doing so, we ask a question. You provide an answer. And what happens is your name is going to go into the box or this basket over here, this basket the West came up with for us to keep up with the winners. The big thing is you're going to win if we draw your name out a big, and I do mean a big, 10-pound family pack of ground beef from Phillips IGA.
Searching for meal plans?
Who will be the future face of Pettigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance. Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Lessenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me.
And then there we are. It's all right. I didn't mean to rush you there, Aaron.
Sorry about that. We were switching shifts.
Okay, well that's okay. I mean, I can pause. I can do whatever, or I can ask the question. You know, it's Coffee with a Cop Day, so we just kind of wanted to come up with a police question here today. So you can call in and answer this, and you'll be having your name in the drawing for the 10-pound family pack of ground beef from Phillips IGA. Here is the question for today. Police apprehended a world-famous criminal on a charge of stealing a car in Nashville in 1969. I want you to name this criminal who actually changed the world of police work. 651-9149 or 800-956-1023. You think about a world-famous criminal actually going through Nashville and getting arrested for stealing a car back in 1969. This criminal changed the world of police work. Since we have Coffee with a Cop Day going on, I want you to name this world-famous criminal. 651-9149 or 800-956-1023. Call in here and tell me. That's we talk about police and about how tough the job is, and this particular criminal actually only lived to be 34 years old, but he changed the way that we go about doing police work. 651-9149, 800-956-1023. Name that criminal. Trivia.
149. Charles Manson.
No, it wasn't Charles Manson, but now he was quite the criminal. Trivia.
Donald Bruce Kimmery.
No, it's not right. This is a criminal whose name you'll be familiar with, but you don't think about a big-time criminal being arrested for car theft in Nashville in 1969. But he changed the way that criminal work and police work is done. 651-9149, 800-956-1023. Let's see. I can give you a hint right here. Yeah, he was arrested in Nashville. He stole a car in Alabama, drove it to Nashville, but he really was from Arizona. Who knows? 651-9149, 800-956-1023. 3. Can you tell me? A very famous name in the world of police work. Trivia.
Ernesto Miranda.
That's it. And who is this speaking?
Joanna Harvey.
Have you ever heard of having your Miranda rights read to you, Joanna?
I sure have.
And you know that the Miranda rights were named after this character, Ernesto Arturo Miranda. I'm not going to... don't have enough time to tell you the whole story, but it's a fascinating story. Do you know much about this, Joanna?
I know about the case. I used to...
Yeah. Be a teacher. You used to teach people about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the big thing is I'm just going to read about it, but this is what I'm going to tell you. This is what makes police work hard to me, or one of the many ways that it becomes hard, is that this Ernesto Miranda was arrested for kidnapping and rape, and charged with it, and was sent to jail, but his sentence was overturned. And what happened is they retried it. The truth of the matter is he did it. He was guilty. But because of the fact that they questioned him without representation, because of the fact that maybe they were translating words into English that he didn't understand, because of that fact, they overturned his conviction. He was tried again and was found again with taking those factors out of it. The guy actually did it, but he got off because of this improper questioning.
That's right.
And he went on through life with, he was one of these kind of guys that had all types of trouble, stealing cars in Alabama. And then he got into a fight in 1976 after he had gotten out of being in jail for something, and he got stabbed and killed there in Phoenix, Arizona, at the age of 34. But one more thing here, Joanna, and I'll shut up because we're getting behind. But I think what's intriguing is that they called it the Miranda rights because of his name, Ernesto Miranda. But back after they did that, he sold the little, how they printed cards so that people could read them, and you have the right to whatever. He was out in front of in malls selling autographed copies of the Miranda rights printed on a card that he signed for $1.50 each.
I didn't know it was $1.50, but I knew what you were saying.
Yeah. So this guy, see, he's a famous criminal, all right. So much so that his autograph was worth $1.50.
Yeah, really.
But I thought it's interesting that he came through Nashville driving a stolen car at one point in time. So anyway, while we're having coffee with the cop, Joanna, we want to be sure and recognize or highlight how difficult of a job that is.
We need to thank our policemen and all the law enforcement.
That's exactly right.
They have a rough road now.
That's right. Yeah, like we were saying to Jabe a minute ago, you don't know what each day is going to be. You're just going to get up and take it on, and they take it on with a smile. So come down and have coffee with them. Talk more about the Miranda rights there. And it'll be pretty interesting indeed. Joanna Harvey, thank you for tuning in, and thank you for sharing, okay?
You're welcome.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Famous criminal that coincidentally was arrested in Nashville for stealing the car, but he's famous because of the Miranda rights. Ernesto Miranda. And now you know the rest of the story.
Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local, family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be
takes on the Me Too movement.
It's a damn sad situation.
At a rally in Mississippi, supporters cheered as he mocked Christine Blasey Ford, the woman who accuses Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh of sex assault.
36 years ago, this happened. I had one beer, right? I had one beer. Well, do you think it was... Nope, it was one beer. Oh, good.
Ford's lawyer calls the attack vicious and vile. An update on the expanded background check into Kavanaugh from correspondent Nancy Cortez.
In a letter to the FBI's top brass, the lawyers for Christine Blasey Ford complained, "We have received no response to a series of emails and letters in which we identified witnesses and evidence that would likely assist the FBI in its investigation."
The FBI is expected to wrap up its probe, and Senate Republicans say they'll hold a vote by the end of the week. CBS News Update. I'm Deborah.
The Royce Radio Family. WCLU 1490 Glasgow. WCLU FM 102.3 Munfordville, Glasgow. And W276DO 103.1 Glasgow.
Hey, welcome everybody back to Good Morning Live here on WCLU, where we're celebrating Coffee with a Cop Days. We got some folks from the Glasgow Police Department who are here today, and I'm also joined with Justin Kirkpatrick. How are you, sir?
Good. How you doing, Wes?
I'm doing great. Justin, you and I, we grew up together. We were friends in high school. It does not surprise me that you are a police officer. You're a man of high moral character, and everybody that ever meets you knows that. What are some other qualities that you feel like you see in just about every police officer that you work with each and every day?
Well, Wes, I could sit here and ramble on a bunch of qualities, but the number one quality that stands out to me, most of the men and women we work with, or all of them, is the ability and the want to do what's right at all times. Our guys and ladies, they are willing to, do their part for the better of our community, whether that's giving back their time through special programs in the community that we've done this year and years in the past, whether that's, volunteering at certain events in town. And then another part of it, too, is we're really all wanting to just help people. And part of that, means keeping people safe. And, maybe like last night, for example, I gave a female a ride across town, 12:30,
Yeah.
That's just what we all do. We like giving back to the community and helping each other out.
I think you mentioned something that's very important, and that is that law enforcement officers can't take a day off. You can't have a bad day at work, because when you do, somebody else is affected. So I think it's good that you note that. And of course, I think you noted on something that Corporal McGuire also hinted at, which is you're here to help, you're here to protect and serve, and you're here to help the community. So appreciate what you do, Justin. I know you're just getting off of the night shift, but hey, I know how to get you in here with muffins.
A lot of coffee too.
That's right. We didn't do the prototypical, or not the prototypical, the stereotypical donuts.
Yes.
No donuts.
Yes.
Just coffee.
We appreciate that.
Just coffee and muffins. So.
But Wes, also I'd like to add on to police in a community like Glasgow is very special. I can't thank you enough. I know nationally there's some kickback with different agencies and the communities they serve, but our town here, as a police department, we are shown so much respect and love from citizens, whether that's, I can't tell you how many times, Wes, I've been at a restaurant getting ready to go eat and someone pays our tab.
Yeah.
Or
it's good to be in a place where they appreciate you.
We go somewhere and they let us in front to go ahead and eat, officer. You all are busy. And I tell you what, that speaks volumes for the relationship between the community and the police department. And, I was telling somebody the other day that out of town about how nice our citizens are to us. They're from Northern Kentucky, and they said, really, we don't ever have people buy our food.
That's right.
And I said, you know what? I said, you just got to smile a whole lot more.
That's right.
But no, we're very thankful of the positive relationship we have with people in the community and their support.
Thank you for coming in, Justin. We want to thank our friends over at the Fine Arts Bistro who have provided us coffee, and we're going to get a new
Thank you, Wes,
officer in training. Thank you, Justin. Good to see you as always. I called him Dante in high school. We're bringing in another officer. We're bringing in another officer here. He's in training. He's not even been to the academy yet, but his name is Jeffrey Childress. Jeffrey, welcome to Good Morning Live here on WCLU. Hey, yeah. So you being a new officer, what makes you want to be a police officer?
It's something I've always wanted to do my whole entire life, and I was never been in the shape enough to do it. I always put it on the back burner, and I thought, well, let's go after it and see if I can. And
that's great.
Sure enough, beat the other guys out, and here I am.
And it is. I think it's worth noting that it is a profession. They don't just hire police officers because they think they would do a good job. They have to prove that they can do a good job. You guys go through rigorous training, and you're going through that now, and you're getting to see firsthand what it's like to be a police officer. You got some good ones with you today.
Well, I mean, that's what they tell me. I mean, that guy that just walked out of here, he's all right, I guess.
They're back there chilling, having some coffee this morning.
At 'em.
Yeah, having a big time. But again, thank you to the Fine Arts Bistro for providing that. They've got a new a venue over here that is the catering company, the Fab Studios Catering Company, as you can see some of the aerial shots there. And so it just goes to show you, people in the community are going to respect you, and they appreciate what you're going to do for this community in the future. As far as being a new officer coming up, what's the thing that you learned that surprised you the most so far?
Just the amount of stuff that goes on in Glasgow. Like you wouldn't expect half the stuff you see. It's neat.
That's cool. It's an interesting perspective to have on a town.
For sure. Like you never would have thought that.
That's right. Well, I wish you the best of luck, Jeffrey.
I appreciate
Jeffrey
it.
Childers, everybody. And here on Good Morning Live, it's 7:16, 67 degrees. We're going to do the news here in just a moment, and we'll be right back here on Good Morning Live.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather round your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
Cruise back in time on Saturday, October 13th during the 18th Annual Glasgow Main Street Cruise in a Fall Car Show. The show is free to show cars and the public with a free dash plaque to the first 300 registered vehicles. We average over 350 show cars every year. The show is open to all years, makes and models of hot rods, classics, muscle cars, trucks, motorcycles, antique tractors, and more. Registration is from 9 till noon. Join us for a day of music, food, fun, and door prizes on the Glasgow Public Square during Glasgow Main Street's Cruise in a Fall Car Show.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local healthcare provider. Total Local Care, 24/7. TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local healthcare provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Hi, I'm Fred.
You know you can depend on WCLU for local news on the air, online, on demand at WCLUradio.com.
For WCLU Local News, I am Wes Royce. Yesterday, the Kentucky State Police Post 3 Bowling Green received a call of a two-vehicle injury collision involving a passenger vehicle and a commercial vehicle. The collision had occurred northbound near the 67-mile marker on I-65 in Hart County. Post 3 troopers responded to the scene. The preliminary investigation indicated that Jennings Copley, age 42 of Lexington, was operating a 2018 Chevrolet Malibu while traveling northbound on I-65. Copley's vehicle exited the right shoulder of the roadway, striking a guardrail. Upon impact, the vehicle re-entered the roadway, traveling into the path of Kevin Hockman, age 27 of Ohio, who was operating a 2019 Peterbilt semi-truck owned by Pam Transport. Copley's vehicle was struck by Hockman's in the passenger side. Both vehicles came to a final rest on the right shoulder of the road. The passenger in Copley's vehicle, Hiram D. Ives, age 41 of Lexington, was pronounced dead on scene by the Hart County Coroner's Office. Ives was restrained at the time of the collision. Jennings Copley was transported via ambulance to Hardin Memorial Hospital and later Udavale Hospital for treatment of serious injuries sustained in the collision, where he is currently listed in stable condition. Hockman refused medical treatment or transport on the scene and did not report any injury. The investigation is ongoing and being conducted by Trooper Daniel Pretty. He was assisted on scene by Post 3 troopers and CVE officers, Hart and Barron County EMS, Hart County Coroner, and both the Bonneville and Munfordville Fire Departments. No further information is available at this time. Also, on Sunday at approximately 11:24 in the morning, Trooper Ricky Cross and Deputy Josh Neal executed a search warrant at a residence 5 miles east of Edmonton on the Billy Sparks Road. While searching the residence, units located methamphetamine, marijuana, prescription pills, straws, baggies, and digital scales. 43-year-old Jeffrey Campbell of Edmonton was located inside the residence. Trooper Cross arrested Campbell on several drug charges. He was lodged in the Barron County Detention Center. Trooper Cross was assisted by the Metcalfe County Sheriff's Department and the Cave City Police Department K-9 unit. Beware of a scam that's going on out there for SCRTC customers. They have been notified that scammers are calling SCRTC customers requesting to set up an appointment time to perform maintenance of battery backups for ONT devices that are normally inside the residence. Also, they've been notified that scammers are leaving SCRTC door tags at homes requesting customers to schedule time for maintenance. SCRTC does not perform scheduled maintenance on these backup devices, plus the fact that these battery backup devices are only used for fiber customers. Copper customers would not have these backup devices. All SCRTC employees will be wearing a shirt with the logo as well as a cap with their logo. The truck or van that they drive will also have a logo and a vehicle number. The contractors are also required to have a sign with their logo on their vehicles. If someone comes to your door and you're in doubt, you can call SCRTC at 270-678-2111. And in Area 911 activity in the last 24 hours, yesterday morning at 810 Happy Valley Road, there was a wreck with injury, and the Barron Metcalfe Emergency Services, Barron Metcalfe EMS, Glasgow Fire Department, and Glasgow Police Department were all responding to the scene. Right now it is 7:22, 67 degrees. Coming up, we've got more coffee with the cop. We'll have Barron County Sheriff Kit Keene on the line, and we also have a little look at news from around the state with KNN. Right back after this on Good Morning Live.
Parish here at Parish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parish Carpet.
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our motto, working for you. As that idea continues to grow, let us work for you at our new location, 1300 West Main Street, opening this summer. Let us be the place where your ideas begin, where you get the banking you deserve. Come grow with us. The People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, I'm Sherry Phillips Jones, and I would love to represent you as your next Barron County Clerk. For the past 26 years, I have served in Barron County government, allowing me to have first-hand knowledge of county finances and policies. It has also afforded me the opportunity to work beside local, state, and federal leaders, regardless of party affiliation. On November the 6th, vote for experience that counts for Barron County.
The university scientists have long hypothesized, where does the magic man get his magic? The phenomenon that is the magic man is considered one of the great wonders of science. Truth be told, there is no science greater than magic. And that's why the mystery remains.
Hi, I'm Eddie Bruner, and yes, technically I am the magic man, but there's no magic to it. It's honesty, knowledge, and paying the best prices I can pay.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Jaleesa Chapman. Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer is hitting back at Republican criticism over the Supreme Court nomination of Brett Kavanaugh. On the Senate floor Tuesday, Schumer rejected criticism that Democrats are obstructing. He says Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell of Kentucky is the master of delay.
Who delayed the nomination of a Supreme Court justice for over 300 days until his party had a chance to win the White House.
Kavanaugh's confirmation is on hold as the FBI conducts a follow-up background investigation into allegations of sexual assault. Kentucky could soon require students to pass exit exams in math and reading before earning a high school diploma. The Kentucky Board of Education is scheduled to vote on new minimum high school graduation requirements today. The proposal would require 10th grade students to take reading and math tests. An investigation into sexual abuse allegations against a Kentucky pastor finds he did not commit any criminal acts.
In 2016, Father Gerald Baker was accused of sexually abusing 3 minors while a priest of the Diocese of Owensboro. KSP Trooper Corey King tells WHOP Radio that while they did find evidence of inappropriate conduct, it was not enough to be considered a criminal act.
Something that we have to deal with is the KRS, the Kentucky Revised Statutes. Does the action rise to the level of criminal? And in this case, it was not.
Baker has been permanently suspended from public ministry. I'm Haley Hansen.
The son of a state representative is recovering after being seriously injured in a fall from a balcony in Lexington. Representative Chris Harris says Corbin Harris started responding to commands Tuesday at a hospital. The 19-year-old University of Kentucky student had been in a coma for 33 days after falling from a 4th-floor balcony at an apartment complex in August. I'm Jaleesa Chapman.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
And we're back here on Good Morning Live, where we're celebrating Coffee with a Cop Day here on WCLU. And I'm joined with Barron County Sheriff Kent King. Good morning, Sheriff. How are you, sir?
How you doing, Wes?
I'm doing fine. We're happy to have you in here. We're happy to be showing a little appreciation for you all, and we're happy to give you all a platform to say what needs to be said, because this is about strengthening our community. And I know that that's a big part of what you all do every single day. So, Sheriff, you and I were talking earlier, and we hinted on information. You know, that's one thing that we have so much of, and in your all's line of duty and what you do, that information can be very useful. So we'll talk about how information gets shared and why people should contact you when they have information that might be pertinent.
Well, obviously, with the citizens that cover the city and the county, you have a lot of people scattered out that may see or hear something that may change the course of an investigation or case. Sure. or even a simple report. Henry was doing some history there a while ago. I heard him. Mm-hmm. He was talking about that, and it related to officers doing field interviews. Right. And asking just simple questions. Did you see or hear, or is there anything else that you know that you want to tell us or discuss with us, or mm-hmm. Special identifying marks on an item or tool or something like that? Right. And we also take a lot of information from people who just may look out the window or hear a noise or something of that nature. Mm-hmm. So it's so important for a community this size to have a relationship, a positive relationship with the local law enforcement, just like Justin was explaining, because it, in some cases, solves investigations or solves cases.
Or at least gets you to the evidence. True. You know, everything is he said, she said in the beginning, unless you have, you know, physical evidence. So I'm glad that you hinted on that. We're doing National Coffee with a Cop Day. It is being provided by the Fab Studios Catering Company. As you see there, some of the aerial shots. They are good neighbors to have, and they voluntarily brought this coffee to you guys today to enjoy, and just sit down and have coffee with a police officer and hear what they have to say. They are here to help your community. And, of course, Sheriff Keene, another thing that you guys do that may be taken for granted but ultimately has a huge impact on this community, school traffic.
You're right, Wes. School traffic is a major part of our day, and a lot of people don't realize that's a volunteer action by local law enforcement.
Really? I didn't know that.
We're not ordered to do it. We're not commanded to do it. It's not in the state law, guidelines, ordinances, anything of that nature.
I can't imagine what it would be like in school traffic without you all there. I guess that's why we take it for granted.
And that's why I remind people those times that we are called away to emergencies, whether it be wrecks or domestics or whatever the situation would be that would take priority over that school traffic. Right. And many people get frustrated because they have to wait, or it's extending their time to respond to work or get to work. It's not that we want to leave school traffic necessarily, but that's not one of the things that we must do. Right. we want to help. We want to try to get that traffic into the school buildings and out of the school buildings because it flows much quicker if you have a traffic officer there generally. But you're right, Wes. It's pretty challenging every day because there's a lot of vehicles that go into our local schools.
Yes, and of course you all staff the schools with a school resource officer. That's also important too, and I hope that the kids learn at an early age that you all are good. They're all good people, and you guys are here to help. So we're happy to celebrate National Coffee with the Cop Day here on WCLU. Again, special thanks to the folks at the Fab Studios Catering Company and the Fine Arts Bistro for providing that coffee for us today. And we'll be having some more coffee with other law enforcement agencies throughout the day. So I want to thank Sheriff Keene for coming in today, and appreciate all that you do. I know you've had a long career in law enforcement. You served in many levels, and you have a lot of training, and we're just happy that you're able to put that training to good use here in our community.
Well, thank you, Wes.
All right. Wes Royce here for Good Morning Live. Up next with a check of local weather, and we'll have more here on WCLU. It is 7:31, 68 degrees in downtown Glasgow.
The following weather forecast is brought to you by Peggy Tuck Edwards and Private Caregiver Referral Services. When roles reverse in your later years, when child becomes caretaker and the needs of the parent become most important, it's comforting to know that there's help along the way. Peggy Tuck Edwards would like for you to be informed about Private Caregiver and Referral Services, because sometimes our elders just need a little company and companionship. It's our duty to see that those needs are met, whether in the home or in an assisted living or nursing home facility. Peggy and her network of compassionate caregivers are ready to meet you and your loved one's needs. Call 270-670-7062.
Few clouds, mild this morning, this afternoon. A hit or miss shower, thunderstorm, 85. Tonight, mainly clear, 68. Tomorrow afternoon, showers, thunderstorms scattered around, 86. I don't think widespread wet weather. Some may get none. And then as we get into Friday, we may have a round of showers and thunderstorms in the morning and then mid-80s in the afternoon. How about the weekend? Well, not bad. Sunshine both days and highs staying warm in the middle 80s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic, the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Ray. 68 degrees. Let's look at the constant coverage and studio radar screen. Pretty quiet. Actually, we can clean the lens this morning because there's not much out there to be seen. But we need it this morning because, as Ray says, we could have some pop-up showers all throughout the afternoon for sure. Barometer is at 3013, winds out of the southeast at a mile an hour, 94% humidity. And yesterday, in our rain bucket, we had 7 inch of rain, 0.07. 68 degrees now, WCLU. Weather brought to you by Peggy Tuck Edwards, Caregiver and Referral Service.
Barron County doesn't belong to the drug dealers and violent criminals. It belongs to its law-abiding citizens. Hi, I'm Mike Richardson, working in Barron County as an assistant county attorney and as a resident with a family to protect myself. I agree with the outcries from our citizens. Repeat drug offenders and perpetrators of violent crimes need to be held accountable. I have the proven record of pursuing the tougher sentences these habitual and violent criminals deserve.
On November 6th, join me fight for Barron County's future. Vote for Mike Richardson for Barron County Attorney. Ready on day one.
Paid for by Mike Richardson for Barron County Attorney.
Find the next great piece for your home at Barron River Consignment, where the inventory is designed to provide something for everyone. Affordable household items from mid-century to home decor, including furniture, artwork, dinnerware, glassware, and more. Each piece is cleaned and polished to ensure the highest quality to become the perfect fit for your home. Barron River Consignment also offers estate and tag sale services. Shop for style without breaking the bank. Barron River Consignment, located on L. Rogers Wells Boulevard in Glasgow.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Who will be the future face of Pettigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
growing with a proud community since 1902.
And Grill. Let's turn to local sports. Play was suspended yesterday in the girls' state tournament, the Leachman Buick GMC Cadillac KHSAA girls' state tournament being played at the Bowling Green Country Club. The play was suspended because of darkness, but competition will resume today at the Bowling Green Country Club. Glasgow's Abby Lee and Monroe County's Connor Geralds will continue their play, and we'll have updates for you as the tournament continues today. The Bowling Green, actually the Colton Steakhouse and Grill is hosting the Hilltoppers tonight for dinner during the Mike Sanford Coaches Radio Show. It's at 7 o'clock tonight. Coach Sanford and players will come out to the Coltons in Glasgow, talk about the current football season. It should be a good time. You won't want to miss out on this fun night at Colton's at 206 North L. Rogers Wells Boulevard. Always have a great crowd for that. Get there early and enjoy dinner at Colton's. It all begins at 7 p.m. tonight. That's a check of local sports.
Are you looking for a new career or maybe just part-time work? Ahead Staffing in Glasgow and Bowling Green can help make that happen. They're now taking applications for immediate job openings in the manufacturing and food production industry with competitive pay and benefits. The job market is in high demand for new employees, so whether you're looking for a full-time or part-time job, go see Ahead Staffing in Glasgow or Bowling Green and get started on a path to your own fulfilling career. You must be able to pass a drug test and you will be subject to a background check. Call 270-904-3777 in Bowling Green or in Glasgow call 270-361-5119 to learn more. Or you can always go to aheadstaffingbg.com. With so many opportunities available, see why Ahead Staffing is the place so many in Southern Kentucky have chosen to help find the right job for them. And don't forget to visit aheadstaffingbg.com.
Do you use a debit card? Do you get paid by direct deposit or have a monthly bill set up for auto payment? Do you like the convenience of online banking and the efficiency of e-statements? If so, Citizens First Platinum Plus checking account is for you. Stop by Citizens First today to open your Platinum Plus account and start earning real interest on your money.
Qualifications must be met each statement cycle to earn premium interest rates. Required minimum opening deposit of $100. Interest earned, compounded, and paid monthly. Interest rate is subject to change. Must be a Kentucky or Tennessee resident. One account per Social Security number. Member FDIC.
68 degrees, WCLU this morning. Why don't we talk about birthdays and anniversaries? We got both, but let me first of all talk about the fun that's going on at Ralphie's Fun Center during fall break. The fall break blowout today. It's Wednesday, and the big special today is a large one-topping pizza and a pitcher of soft drink. You get all of that for $10. You know, you can just spend the day and take a break for lunch, and look at what you get for lunch. A one-topping pizza, large, and a big pitcher of soft drink, $10. That's Ralphie's Fun Center. Tomorrow, it's the multi-activity wristband for half price. Be aware of that. And, of course, there's more specials coming up on Friday as well. And since October is National Skate Month, there's $5 skating every day. Talk about fun. They do it at Ralphie's Fun Center for sure. They're tickled to sponsor the birthdays here on WCLU. Let me tell you about a very nice gal having a birthday today. It's Ms. Teresa Curd. And we had some very nice things said to us from a caller about Ms. Teresa Curd and her professional work at Downing McPeak. Or actually not Downing McPeak anymore. It's just McPeak Eye Center. So anyway, Teresa, happy birthday. Linda Riddle. Linda's a nice gal who's having a birthday too. Ann Hodges with a birthday. Anthony Walden. Anthony turns 46 today. Ruby Nunley with a birthday. Justin Wood. We sounded the 40 gong last hour for Justin Wood. And we're going to make sure that we do that all throughout the day on his 40th birthday. And it's the third wedding anniversary for Russell and Amy Hawks. Russell and Amy Hawks, their third wedding anniversary. Congratulations. 651-9149 or 800-956-1023 or online. We are here for you at WCLUradio.com. So you be sure and get those birthdays and anniversaries in. And a big thank you to Ralphie's Fun Center for making it fun. Yes, even fall break, fun.
When fire
Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local, family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather round your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
Cruise back in time on Saturday, October 13th during the 18th Annual Glasgow Main Street Cruise in a Fall Car Show. The show is free to show cars and the public with a free dash plaque to the first 300 registered vehicles. We average over 350 show cars every year. The show is open to all years, makes and models of hot rods, classics, muscle cars, trucks, motorcycles, antique tractors, and more. Registration is from 9 till noon. Join us for a day of music, food, fun, and door prizes on the Glasgow Public Square during Glasgow Main Street's Cruise in a Fall Car Show.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total Local Care, 24/7. TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates.
All right, we are at 742 at WCLU. Coffee with a Cop is a fun thing that's going on nationwide today, and certainly with the interaction and the quality of police professionals we have in our community, we are having Coffee with a Cop celebrating right here at the radio station this morning. Thanks to the Fine Arts Bistro for the mighty fine coffee. We have 4 distinguished officers who are going to actually comment on the coffee and talk about Coffee with a Cop Day. First of all, give us your name and your rank and your organization, Aaron.
My name is Aaron Bennett.
Wait a minute, we got to get you in closer to that microphone. Come on in here. Now.
My name's Aaron Bennett. I'm a deputy sheriff at Barron County Sheriff's Office.
Okay, Aaron. Next we have.
My name's Wesley Hicks. I'm a police officer with Glasgow Police Department.
All right, Wesley. Okay, Officer Bowe.
Adam Bowe, detective with the Barron County Sheriff's Office.
Okay, and.
Well, last but not least, John Dewberry with the Glasgow Police Department.
That's right. I like that. You know, you got to fend for yourself around here. I could have said that last but not least, but it means more coming from you, man. All right, so let's talk about this Coffee with a Cop celebration. People don't realize sometimes, you know, every one of you guys are in the news a lot, but you're always associated with something that's not necessarily, you know, an exciting thing. Sometimes it's bad stuff that you all are involved in investigating, executing warrants, chasing people, things of that nature. And I think that this is a good time for you all to talk about the line of work that you're in and what keeps you getting up every day and going to work and putting a smile on, even if a little cup of coffee pushes you along the way. Who wants to answer that question? All right, it's the old nod.
Well, they're all giving me the nod here, so I guess I'll have to step up.
Yeah,
right. I think it comes down to all of us. It's just a community service. You know, when you're in this line of work, it's about serving others. Yeah. And that's something I think we all take a lot of pride in. Sure. And whenever we have a victim of a crime, I don't care if it's drugs, if it's an assault or what it is, it comes down to serving them. We're there to work for them and do everything we can to help them, because a lot of times it's their worst day. Yes. And we're there to help them to make it better for them. Right. So a lot of it, you wake up that day and say, you know, I'm getting ready to get out here and go help somebody today.
And I'm sure you see things each day that you shake your head a lot, and you don't know when you go to work each day what you're going to get into. And sometimes we don't have a complete lineup of professional criminals around here. You're dealing with a lot of people that have no clue what they're doing either, and you got to be ready for goofy stuff.
That's correct. That is correct.
Being a detective, Adam, you walk over to this microphone here. You've got you have maybe sometimes a more intricate having to check into how crimes happen and investigating them as a detective. You probably see all kind of stuff.
Yeah. You see the same stuff that you see working the road pretty much.
Yeah.
Just a little more in depth, I guess.
Yeah.
But at the sheriff's office especially, the guys that work the road, they do as much investigating as we do a lot of times.
Sure. Barron County is a big county, and there's a lot of territory for you guys to cover as the sheriff department.
Yeah, there's
619
miles
of road.
That's
impressive that you know that.
Yeah.
But you've probably been all 619 of them this week.
I don't know if we went that many, but we've been plenty of miles.
It's a big job. Think about that. It's an awesome task, and you guys do a good job at it. And I know that this is a good day for the community to realize what you're up against, and yet you get up each and every day, you come back and you do it. And I'm sure there's got to be a day like the rest of us where you dread it, but certainly that feeling, just like what Aaron said, you've got a community obligation. All right, he's going in reverse over here. You can't. The man that walks away from the microphone is the guy that goes next. All right, so you tell us from the Glasgow Police Department standpoint. You get up and I'm presuming you're on the road.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, talk about what you do when you get to work.
On a day-to-day basis, obviously we answer calls for service. So, anytime somebody calls the police. If they have problems, as in any kind of domestics, complaints, or this morning I answered a call for a theft, we show up and pretty much we try to do the best we can to investigate and boil down to who the suspect is of the crime, and then try to find victory for the victim of the crime.
I was doing a little research yesterday trying to come up with a good trivia question to ask on Coffee with a Cop Day. I ran across this fact. The most dangerous, and you guys are going to probably agree with this, but I had no idea. The most dangerous call that policemen don't want to take because of the danger involved is domestic violence calls.
That's correct. When we respond to domestics, once we get there and investigate what's going on, it's kind of like a turn situation. Husband, wife, for example, you might get there and make a decision that maybe the husband's going to jail, and then the wife doesn't want the husband to go to jail, so you get kind of conflict of interest, and then it's one of the most dangerous calls that any police officer can go to.
I didn't realize that because I'm thinking, well, it's a husband and wife having a little spat here. That's going, but you guys know because of your professionals, that's a dangerous situation to get into. But you got to go. You can't say, nah, I don't want to go, Officer Dewberry.
Right.
They give you that call, do they? You guys have to deal with that?
We dealt with that this morning. Dealt with a situation where boyfriend, girlfriend were having a verbal argument.
Yeah.
And even verbal arguments can get heated because of all the emotion, and we have to step outside of that without emotion and handle it as professional as possible and as safely as possible.
Sure. And that's what's interesting is how those can go. You don't know what you're going to get into, but you got to go.
Absolutely.
And we applaud you all for doing that. And we applaud you for coming down here and having coffee with a cop. And I hope that some folks in the community will reach out to you and say, by the way, we don't get to see you every day, but we want to tell you how important it is and how wonderful it is to have you guys, making it easier for us to wake up knowing there's somebody watching the store.
And I'd like to say something to that because I believe I speak for all the other officers. We appreciate that. We appreciate when citizen stops by and says, "Hey, thank you." We really do that. We don't do it for the appreciation, as Aaron was saying. It's something we just feel that community that want to serve to be out there for other people.
Well, and you deal with a lot of folks who are not happy customers. Hey, nobody says, "Thanks for arresting me today." They don't do that. But they might say something that's not even broadcastable.
That's true, and it all deals with your professionalism. Sometimes even with an arrest, if you're a professional and treat them with respect, you can get that thank you.
Okay. Well, have we? I didn't mean to cut you off a minute ago, but I wanted to. I was sort of getting the next person on here. Have we covered everything? Anything else somebody want to say while I got you in here? Coffee's getting colder back there.
Coffee's excellent, and the muffins are good.
Yeah, the muffins. I've seen those muffins on camera. And there's a picture right there of the Fine Arts Bistro providing the muffins and the coffee today. And I'm glad that you all came down here. And head on back and let's enjoy the camaraderie here until that alarm goes off on your police radio and the party's over. And we hope it's not something that gets you in harm's way. But thank you all for being here today. And we're enjoying having coffee with the cop. All four excellent cops. I think police officers is what I like to say, but cops is it's a word that plays well. And we appreciate everybody coming by. 7:51, 68 degrees at WCLU this morning.
Hey everybody, this is Dog. I want to remind you all about the easiest way to remember where to find your next home or business. Just go to GlasgowKYHomes.com. That's where you'll find a complete listing of property available from Glasgow's Realty and Auction. Randy Gibbons, principal broker, is a personal friend, and I can assure you that he and Tara Vincent will treat you right. Located on the square in Glasgow, that's Glasgow Realty and Auction. Call 651-SOLD, and remember, GlasgowKYHomes.com.
Get your application for the 2018 Glasgow Barron County Community Christmas Parade to be held on Saturday, December 1st at 6 p.m. This year's theme is the 12 Days of Christmas. The Grand Marshal for the 2018 Christmas Parade will be the Glasgow's Far Off Broadway Players. Applications are now available at the Glasgow Barron County Chamber of Commerce or online at GlasgowBarronChamber.com. A $15 early bird registration is due by November 9th. Absolutely no applications accepted after November 21st. Mark your calendars now for the 2018 Glasgow Barron County Community Christmas Parade, December 1st.
It's country living at its best. Elmore Realty and Auction is excited about this Saturday's auction, selling a home, furniture, collectibles, and many extras. Here's the address, 4149 New Bowling Green Road in Glasgow. Situated on 4 acres, Elmore will auction a 1,400 square foot home with a full bath, 2 or 3 bedrooms. You'll love the hardwood floors in the living room and the cozy eat-in kitchen. Take in the fresh air on the covered front porch and side deck. The auction highlight is the impressive list of personal property, antique tables, chairs, dolls, and collectibles, several bedroom suites, including a 3-piece cherry, also a cherry corner cabinet, cherry washstand, dishes, glassware, and some unusual finds that you don't want to miss, as well as appliances, outdoor and wicker furniture. It's a full auction at 4149 New Bowling Green Road. The auction specialist at Elmore Realty and Auction will conduct this sale. Dakota Ray Elmore, broker auctioneer.
Well, we're in the studio here having a big time today as I'm joined with the one and only Bobby Lee Hurt with Hurt Auto Sales here in Glasgow. And Bobby Lee, we're talking about variety today, aren't we?
Most certainly are. Got a really good variety, Wes.
And you always do, and that's very evident when you drive by to the lot on West Main Street in Glasgow. So let's start out with what's new in the way of variety.
Yeah, a 2010 Mercedes C300 4-door sedan, really sharp ride, only $11,500. An 06 Volvo S60 4-door sedan as well, local trade-in, just $4,900. 2013 Ford Escape, local trade as well, leather, sunroof, loaded up, only $11,900. And a 2014 Cadillac SRX 4-wheel drive, looks like new, low miles, only $17,900.
Whether you're driving to work every day, dropping the kids off at school, whatever it is you do, it always feels good to have a new vehicle on your side. And the great place to go get them is Hurt Auto Sales on West Main Street in Glasgow, where the motto is, Bobby Lee,
no pain when you trade with Hurt.
That's Hurt Auto Sales, West Main in Glasgow. Call 270-590-1181.
I need to remind you today we are patting on the back by special requests, Valerie Rogers Day. Now, I got to read this again to you. This is what Valerie's sister wrote in nominating her sister. It says that she is an amazing sister, mother, wife, aunt, grandma, and her name is Valerie Rogers. She has a kind heart and unconditionally gives her all to her family, her work, and deserves to be recognized for the amazing woman that she is. My sister, Valerie Rogers. Now, who wouldn't love to have that said about him? And Valerie, you're good as gold. We're patting you on the back, and we hope that folks will join in doing so today, courtesy of A Little Taste of Texas here on WCLU.
Seasons do change, and so does Ken Davis Produce. They are ready to help you complete your fall decorating with a great selection of garden mums right now. And can you believe this price? Ken Davis garden mums are just $6.95 each, or 2 for $12. Be among the first to get yours while colors and selection are at their peak. Another sign of fall is the arrival of Michigan apples, Bartlett pears, and Stanley prune plums. Can't you just taste them? Be sure to browse our shelves full of signature jams, jellies, and relishes, honey, sorghum, and yes, old-fashioned candy. Remember, Ken Davis Produce accepts SNAP credit and debit cards, and located on 6880 just past Wright Implement and next to the Farmers Livestock Market in Glasgow. Remember, we're open 8 till 5 Monday through Saturday, so come see us at Ken Davis Produce.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Modern Woodmen of America.
All right, 7:56. I got some tidbit news to share with you. Let me get the little sound effect so we know what we're doing here, or hopefully we do.
From the north, south, east, west, NEWS, here's the latest news.
From around the world and up the street, tidbit news.
Let's do it.
I saw this story. This has nothing to do with humor or funniness. We've been talking about, Coffee with the Cop and all the difficult situations that they get in. This is one you don't think about, but a human traffic survivor from Texas is suing Facebook.
Okay.
This is what can happen. Listen to this. This is a lawsuit suing Facebook, seeking at least $1 million on behalf of a woman identified as Jane Doe. She was 15. She was sexually assaulted after being targeted and recruited by a sex trafficker on Facebook. The suit claims Facebook gives traffickers an unrestricted way to stalk, exploit, recruit, groom, and extort children into the sex trade.
I do get a lot of weird friend requests.
The suit also targets the shuttered classified site Backpage.com and the owners of 2 Houston hotels. But
it'll be interesting to see how that case plays out.
That's big. So wait a minute. Look here. They're suing Facebook because Facebook encourages, or I guess enables is the word.
Every one of those officers here today would tell you that.
Yeah, that's right. So I saw that on a Tidbit News story. Now let me move to. That's ended up here with a. This one just warms my heart. Okay.
Okay.
It took a while, but a Connecticut family, Wes, has been reunited with their dog, Lady.
Okay.
Lady has been missing for 5 years.
Wow.
The Norwich Bulletin newspaper reports animal control officials found a 17-year-old dachshund last week in the parking lot of a city park. The dog had lost most of her sight and hearing. Because the dog had a microchip implanted, authorities were able to identify the owner, Rick and Michelle Riendeau, and reunited them on Monday. Rick Riendeau says he had feared the dog had wandered off into the woods and was killed by a predator. He describes Lady as the greatest dog they ever had, and he needs to be rejoicing to welcome home.
And once again, anytime you're missing an animal or a dog, who do you call? You call the police office. You call BRAWA.
Let them know.
And I'm just so thrilled with the turnout that we've had here today for Coffee with the Cop, and I know we got some more people coming up soon. So we will do the news on time and on schedule at 8 o'clock. And all that, and appreciate it.
But we'll have more going on after that, too, with Coffee with the Cop.
We will. We're expecting a few more officers to come by today. Right. If not, that's because they're doing their duty. So
that's right.
We're just kind of taking the morning as it goes.
All right. Well, we'll see you at 8 o'clock for the news.
All right.
7:59 right now and 68 degrees here at WCLU. The live and local 8 o'clock morning edition is coming up. We're up to date on, I think, I've pretty much told you everything I needed to tell you to get you going to where you need to go. If I missed it, I'm going to be working on trying to straighten it out, okay? Okay. Thanks for joining us each and every day. We really appreciate you joining us for the live and local morning show here on WCLU.
A local radio service of Royce Radio Incorporated. This is WCLU Glasgow. WCLU FM Munfordville, Glasgow.
News on the Hour, presented by CBS's Survivor.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Supporters cheered as President Trump mocked Christine Blasey Ford's Senate testimony over her accusations of sex assault against Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh.
How did you get home? I don't remember. How'd you get there? I don't remember. Where is the place? I don't remember. How many years ago was it? I don't know.
Criticism coming in from both sides of the political aisle over the remarks at a rally in